So as you can see, first impressions, it was packaged extremely well. Very good care went into shipping this. All right, guys, this is Carlos. I'm back. I'm here to show you how to set up this all embroidery stand. You're gonna get image being sent to you. We went ahead and printed it out for ease. 1 hex 2. You're gonna have 7 pieces. They're all 23.5 inches long, but they're set up in different configurations. 2 of them will have this base plastic setup. What we call number 2 is gonna have this ball joint setup. Number 3 will set up this way. Pay close attention. Okay, you're gonna get 4 pieces and there are 15.5 inches long, but they're set up differently. Again, a ball joint setup on this end. And this is how number 5 will look like. And number 6, you get 4 of the same size as well. You will set it up and they're 19.5 inches long, okay? So you get 4 of these, 4 of these, 7 of these. Just pay attention to the configuration. It's all in the instructions. Like I said, I printed it out. How do we get here? Give me a second. I'll start breaking it down so we can put it together. I like to lay everything out exactly how it's in the instructions, and that way I can work nice and clean. Okay, so you'll get your pieces, and what the ideal is just to put them all together in this configuration. You get this hex key, Allen key. You can see goes in here. There's a nut in the back and it's recessed, so you don't even have to hold it down, and this is how you tighten it. So it's very simple. Go ahead and show you like so over here. Like I said, this is a railing system, so it gives you a very satisfaction click when you get there and an acknowledgement. That's what I like about this system. And you tighten it like so. Go ahead, rinse and repeat for the other pieces of equipment. It just fits in there perfectly. You see that satisfying click? And you would know it goes in here. Same thing for the other pieces. They're all designed exact same way. There's no thinking involved. You just put it in here and you will tighten, okay? Same thing for this one. You just put them in here, slide them in there. And you tighten. Okay, don't go crazy tightening because you're gonna need a little wiggle room to move things around later on. And we'll move on to the next step. Thank you. Okay, so as for the instructions, we move on to step number 2. We're doing the base, all right? Real simple. Come over here, just like the picture. This way. You loosen this up a little bit. Loosen up this one a little bit. And you proceed to lock it in place. One. It actually helps if you have 2 people, but I'm just showing you it could be done with 1 person. Okay, like I said, very satisfying because you know it clicks when it clicks. And you tighten. Don't go crazy over tightening. We're gonna readjust this later on. So we'll move on to step 2. So just for clarification purposes, pieces labeled 1, which are these and this, the base, is going to connect to piece 3, one of pieces 3, okay? Now we're going to move on to the next step, which is attaching piece number 6. The way we do that is like so. We're going to grab it from right here. We're going to loosen it up. You know, let gravity do its thing. And we're going to tighten. Don't get hung up on exactly how far apart you want it. Like I said later on, we're going to start adjusting. Loosen this up like a telescope. And you tighten right here like so. And we're going to rinse and repeat on the other side, okay? You hear that click? Satisfying click? I love that click. All right. Come over here, and we'll make final adjustments later, okay? All right, we're ready to move on to the next step. The next step requires for me to put a cross member across piece of 6. So it'll be one over here and another one over here, okay? And that would be number 3s, which are these. Okay, just like this, one over here, one over there. I'll be right back. Okay, so we're gonna mount it. I'm gonna have my wife help me. She's gonna hold this part here. One here, another one here. Click, tighten. You can let go of that one, thank you. And that goes here. Tighten this one up a little bit more. Making it beefy, okay? We're gonna do the same thing on top of here. She's gonna hold it over here for me. Now, because I'm filming, I actually would have been working on the outside, but I don't want to block the camera's view, so I'm gonna do this from the inside. A little awkward for me, but here we go. Tighten that one right there, and we tighten this one like so. We're almost there, guys. All right, next up. Okay, so the next step, we're gonna go ahead and put these angular supports right here. So for the purpose of the film, let me turn this around so you can see how we do that. And work on this side. And I'm gonna take this. Like I said, you gotta loosen them up a little bit. Attach it here and here. I like to let gravity let it sit in its place. Okay, and there we go. I heard a click. Same thing on this side. There we go. We got a click, push it up, snug it up. And we do the same thing for this side. We'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish tightening this up to my satisfaction. And just for reference, these are parts 5, okay? Part 5. Next, we're gonna go ahead and attach part number 2, which will be attached this way, like so. There'll be the arms that come out, and this is where you lay your frame on, okay? So we'll go ahead and start that process right now. With this one, this is the only part I had a little issue with until I figured it out. You gotta loosen both parts. You can't just tighten this one and loosen this one. Both have to be loose, both have to be tightened at the same time, okay? And the reason is because you have that little ball joint, so it kind of needs a little space to move around, okay? So we'll go ahead, come over here. We're gonna go ahead and attach. And for this, you could just slide it from the top, okay? What I'll do is hold it all together. Remember, it's a 2-part system, so I'll start tightening this part first. And then I'll do a little bit over here. And it's already stiffening up. And so let me put it the way I like it. And you tighten this one up as well. We'll do the other one on this side. Okay. Okay, here we go. We loosen it up over here. Let me loosen it up over here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and slide it in place on the top. It's easier for me. Okay, and then I'll proceed. Make it just about the same size evenly. There we go. Tighten it here, and we'll tighten it here. Like I said, don't worry about, just approximate them. Okay, Can you guys see it? It's already happening. Okay, we'll go on to the next step. So, like I said, for reference, these are, what parts are these? These are part number 2s. Okay. Okay, we're there, guys. Last step. We're going to collect the number 4 pieces. And there's plenty of ways of doing this as per the instructions. You can go from here to here. I like to go from here to here. Okay, so we're going to, because this is the perfect height for my wife, so you got to adjust it to height specifications, okay? So I'm just going to put it right here. Okay, and the reason I like it over here, because it actually rests on this other one, and I'm a mechanic, so I know about structure integrity. So if you just rest it on here, it becomes real rigid and solid. This whole system is very rigid and solid and lightweight, as you can see. It's an intelligent design, very modular. That's what I like about it. It's flexible. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and attach it over here. So I'll loosen this up. Remember, for these, you got to loosen both. So you get that nice, beautiful fit. I'll go ahead and tighten this up. I don't have the best hand dexterity. I have arthritis. But I managed. There we go. Okay, here we go. So I already know from experience, because I already put this together for my wife. This is her height setup, how she slides it under the couch. So this is how we're gonna go. This part is subjective. You're gonna have to raise it up, raise it down, tilt it, however you feel more comfortable. This is exactly how my wife likes it. Okay, so I will put it here. Slides right here, let gravity do all the work for me. And that will reinforce it. I actually think this is the best setup. Okay, loosen this up. Loosen this up. Bring it down. Loosen up a little bit more. Okay, let me see. Maybe I did it too tight over here. There we go. Okay, now we got it. And I proceed to tighten it up over here. And we're going to go ahead and tighten it over here. And now when you're finished, you go ahead and put your frame on it. And you make these micro adjustments, very micro. Okay, this is the complete setup, guys, as you can see. And we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so very lightweight, configurable, adaptable, simple, hassle-free setup, instant setup. I think this is a brilliant design, game changer. I love the railing system. I love anything that has a railing system. So easy. Sturdy, durable, portable, effortless. And like I said, you go ahead and make your little adjustments as you need so. But it's a done deal. I did this in 15 minutes without the instructions the first time. So, guys, good luck.
So this is how I normally have my setup. The difference between the standing frame and the desk stand is that this is a more set location. So I'm put the desk stand on a table, and this is how I typically just go ahead and, you know, cross stitch my work. But if I wanted to go to the couch maybe, and I wanted to see a movie with the kids, this stand, I can grab my work. I can go ahead and take this to the living room and go ahead and just work over there. This is more convenient, more easy to move around, and it fits perfectly according to my height at the couch. So I love this stand. I love this stand. Thank you so much.